Dahle 155. This is what we're talking about. So if you want to know how to clean it, that's the first half of the video. If you want to know whether or not you should buy one, that's the second half of the video. Hope you enjoy. Now, I bought this roughly a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and it has seen some use. Now, what I discovered while trying to sharpen light-fast pencils with this thing is that you have it set up to go to the sharpest point. So turned this little red dial here, turned all the way to the left. It chews the pencil up and breaks the lead. So if you turn it a little bit to the other side to get a duller point, you get a duller point. I don't want a dull point. And it still doesn't do a great job of sharpening the pencil. Now you see this pencil doesn't have that bad of a sharpening job on it, and that was because I used a Comb automatic long point. What I am now going to try and do is clean this. And this is actually pretty easy to take apart, and this will be the first time I'm cleaning it. Now the reason I'm cleaning it, I believe the blade might be gunked up. The inside of it might be gunked up. Left comes out. There you go. Now here you have the helical blade. This is what sharpens your pencil. This is what it rests in. It's pretty easy to get that out. Now the goal here is to clean this with Gamsol, then hit it with isopropyl alcohol to get the Gamsol off it. That way I'm not using water and introducing rust. So what you have here on this side of it is a little clip. Now what I got here is like a turkey needle for sewing them up and whatnot, holding them together. Push that in there. Get it in there like that. Be careful while you're using it. It'd probably be better to use a flathead screwdriver, but this was my chosen method, and it worked. I pushed it in and pushed it down. Now that little clip is pushed back and held in place. Hold whatever it is you're using in place, and then push up on this. Pull up on the whole thing. It's going to feel tight. It's going to feel like it wants to break. It's not going to break. And then this just slides out. And then you have this, which it sits on. Don't worry about if this falls out. It is keyed. It is flat on two sides. It can only go in here two different ways, and both ways are the same. So what you're going to want to do is clean any gunk out of here and clean all this off. Like I said, I'm going to clean this with Gamsol. And then you're going to want to clean all this out. This is plastic. I wouldn't use a solvent or isopropyl on this, even though it is supposed to be for art supplies. It's not meant for that. All right, so I just got done cleaning this. Putting it together is as simple as taking it apart. Just slide that in there. And you take this, you got a hole right here, and you got that little nub right there, okay? You take this, you make sure it's lined up with that, you line the hole up with the little peg, and just push it back together. It is as simple as that. Let's see how it does. It's not grabbing the pencil. That means the auto stop is working because I have it dialed out to the dullest point you can get. So let's put it in to get a sharper point. Let's see what that does. Now I already had a sharp point on it. It shouldn't want to sharpen it right now. The auto stop shouldn't want to work. And it still feels horrible. Yeah, as you can see, it's still doing a rough job on the wood. You see, it's leaving a nice little notch there, and that's what I've been running into. So my question here, and then it's flattening out this side of the pencil, which I've been noticing on a lot of them. Let's keep going. See where this goes. See if it'll auto stop at some point. Doesn't look like it's going to either. And that stopped because this is all the way in. It can't come out anymore. As you can see, that's what it's doing to it. I have 2 spare light fast. Let's see what it does to those. And which is the shorter? It feels like a sin. There you go. I'm going to sacrifice the shorter one. There we go. It auto stopped. How'd it do? Nice sharp point there. It may have just needed a cleaning. Let's try another Derwent light fast that I was having some issues with. Was this one. I've barely used this. Barely. And you can see what kind of, it's... It might just need to put its... It feels like it's ready to auto stop. Now the problem here could be is that if you look at this pencil, if you look at where the wood is at, it's off center. This being all the way down here and this being up here, that could be causing some problems. I'm going to give it a little bit more because I don't want to have to buy too many of these. Now, it's off center. It's chewing it up. Not happy about that. Find another Derwent that we know is centered. This one looks mostly center. Forest. Okay, this one auto stopped. This has nice clean point, as you can see. Not off center. Like this one here that is giving me trouble and is off center. See if this one will sharpen up nice. Got a little bit of a wave to it where the wood meets the pencil. Nah. Doesn't feel like it's gonna take. This side is flattening out, and that's what I've been running into with this. It's flattening out the size of pencils. So I'm not going to keep going on that one. Now this is a problem Pablo here for me. Off center. It's a little bit, ever so slightly. See if it being clean. It might just be the sharpener is done. No, auto stop. Now also, Pablos have harder points on them. Or grab a Pablo that I've used and haven't sharpened that's dulled out a little bit. Auto stop. The Derwents, from what I've used of them, are slightly softer than these. Some of them. That could be the issue. The sharpener just doesn't like soft pencils, but people swear by Dahle for Prisma. I've seen people say, use this for Lightfast. So we're going to take this Lightfast here that has a dull point. Not really off center. It has a little bit of a curvature to where the wood meets the lead, but it's not going to stop. No. And it's flattening out to one side. Now let's take a pencil that is as thick as the Lightfast, not just ever so slightly thinner. This is a Caran d'Ache blender. See what it does with that. Put a nice point on that. Let's take a Prismacolor to it. So we got a Prismacolor here. Nice point. Not anymore. And so in the classic Prismacolor wants to spin inside of it. And yeah, it's flattening out to one side of that. I'm going to say, probably don't buy this sharpener. I'm going to say pass on the Dahle. It was good for a little bit. Did not stand the test of time. So that's the video. Don't buy it. Have a good one.